Oh, I did it. Oh, man, I think I really did it. Oh, yes. Yes.
Who are you?
Oh, how did you...
How did I?
Here?
I don't know where I am.
No. How are you here? Are we here together at the same time?
Can you let me in here, please?
Where did you come
I
from?
don't know. I was in my office doing work and I just am here.
Unintentionally?
You're here intentionally?
If I'm where I think I am, then yes, I've been trying to get here. I think, though, I'm not sure. It's different than I imagined. Darker, smaller.
Have you been here before?
Hypothetically, I could have. Well, you could have too, but I don't understand how there's two of us here at the same time.
Well, we got here, so how are we supposed to get out?
Out?
Is there a way?
I don't know how to...
Whoa! Dude! Trevor's gonna flip.
Who are you?
Ah, no! No.
What?
No, shoot! Just stop! Shoot! Just stop!
Are you okay?
God, just think of your room! It's just the drugs! Yeah!
Drugs?
Oh, it's all in my head! Okay, I'm gonna open my eyes, and what I do, I'm gonna be in my room on my bed with Trevor. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Shoot!
You said you're on drugs?
And now there's people talking to me. That's great.
It's okay, you don't need to be scared. We're trying to figure this out too.
You're on drugs?
I took 3 taps.
Acid?
You're on psychedelics?
I like to get wavy sometimes. But this is a little too wavy for me.
That stuff fries your brain. I dropped those all the time in college and still suffering from it.
Well, I'm suffering now, and I'd like to go home.
Welcome to the club.
Home?
1, 2, 3. Here. Okay, but how would you? Whoa. There. Pick that up.
What?
Pick one up.
Near you on the floor. Yeah, that. Pick that up.
What is this?
I think it's our way out. Give me it.
A cube?
You know what that is?
Is it like a Rubik's Cube or something?
No. Saturn. I think it's Saturn's cube.
And what? We're just gonna squeeze in that little box and poof our way out?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Not like I've done this before.
Great.
But Saturn, it connects. Oh my God, it's true. It's all true. It all connects.
You know, I didn't want to have to be the one to say it, but I'm pretty sure we're dead.
We're not
You're
dead.
not exactly alive.
Bodies anyway?
Exactly.
Exactly what?
Our bodies aren't, but we are here.
You lost me again.
No. I've studied this cube for years and the false reality it traps us in. I believe this cube represents physical reality.
Yeah, I'm definitely dead.
So you're saying there's no way out?
Not out, but maybe through. The cycle can be broken if the soul can escape.
Like what the Buddhists believe in a reincarnation?
Yes, the cycle of reincarnation, and we are in.
In?
The in-between.
The in-between.
After we die?
Which means we're dead!
Not
Oh
entirely.
man, I knew this was gonna happen, I knew it! I thought that if I upped the acid, I could experience some trippy religion shit, like talk to God or something cool, not this!
You knew this was going to happen?
Thought that if I thought about it for a real long time, I could like control my trip, you know, guide it somewhere, get myself into heaven. Guess that sounds stupid.
And what makes you think you are?
Aren't what?
Controlling it.
Because I probably just threw my brain into shock. Threw myself in my eternal punishment, stuck in purgatory with a fancy pants and a Looney Tune.
You said you've done acid before.
I have.
Well, I have too. I tried your method also. Controlling it, harnessing it to direct it where I want to go.
And?
I'm here.
Whoa, wait, you're on acid too?
And somehow through your trick brought yourself to the in-between.
Well, I tried acid, but it wasn't strong enough to break through the dimension.
Dimension?
What do you mean acid wasn't strong enough?
I need you to trust me.
Well, it's not like we really have a choice here.
No. I need you to actually trust me. Believe everything I tell
And how
you.
do we know it's true?
Because you want it to be. You feel it. You've always felt it, this deep magnetic pull to where we are now, both of you.
That doesn't mean we have to trust you.
But I'm listening.
Just think for a moment. Think of where you were before you got here and imagine a world that exists right on top of this one. Sitting directly above us, sometimes even bleeding into us, where everything is exactly the same, but something is slightly different.
Okay, so like simulations, sort of.
Yeah, different timelines coexisting simultaneously, continually branching off but having only one future.
In one simulation, we chose the left path, and in another, we chose the right.
Which then creates dimensions, but within each dimension, there's always endpoint death. Does that make sense?
You think there's a way to break into them?
Ways.
Yo, like a portal into the multiverse.
Through this space.
The drugs made it easier?
In order to let the walls of reality down, you have to allow the living self, the dead self, and the spiritual self to collide.
Like tricking your brain into thinking you
Oh,
died.
so near-death experiences could work too?
Yes, exactly. I took DMT, the strongest psychedelic there is, to do exactly that.
Dude! No way, you did DMT?
What's DMT?
It's like acid, but way weird.
DMT specifically simulates the chemical reaction of death in your brain. Once you trick your body into thinking you're dead, you begin to trip. But from everything I've ever read about it, it's different.
How
than
is
I
it
thought
supposed to
it'd
be?
I can see everything. Everything clearly. I didn't think about it till now.
No, you're right.
What are you talking about?
The visuals. I don't have any visuals.
Like none.
The acid isn't hitting you?
Oh, no, man, I don't like that. Why aren't we tripping? We should totally be tripping right now.
Maybe it's because of where we
But
are.
how would the drugs just stop their effects?
How do we know that they stopped? Maybe this entire place is a visual from the drugs.
Does this room feel like it's getting smaller than anyone else?
We need to hurry.
Hurry what?
We can't have long here.
We still don't know how to get out.
This all has to connect. This cube, it has to be the way out because it's how we got in.
Then tell it to get us out!
Okay, look, I'm with you here, but what does a little black cube have to do with any of this?
The myth
Oh,
says
okay.
there was an ancient god, Demiurge, who trapped us on this prison earth until we could find a way to free ourselves from it with knowledge. This cube is like a prison that bends space and time. Right now, each and every one of us, ourselves, our souls, are trapped here.
Enlightenment.
What?
That's what this is.
Yes, and if we don't succeed, if we don't reach enlightenment, we'll be forced to reincarnate and restart the cycle. We don't have much time, but we have to figure this out.
Okay. But what does Saturn have to do with it?
It's what traps us. It's how we stay trapped.
It's a symbol?
But for what?
Saturn was once known as Kronos. Kronos was the titan of time. Long ago, Kronos was told a prophecy that one day his children would surpass him as king. He decided the only possible thing to prevent this from happening was to eat them. This story is why Saturn has its rings, the serpent biting its own tail, the cycle of death and rebirth, the creation and destruction. This cube comes from Saturn, a massive hexagonal storm on the pole of it. If you draw lines on a hexagon to make it three-dimensional, you get a cube. This cube. It was once believed that the planets were arranged differently, that Saturn hung directly above us, so close people thought they could build towers that could reach into the heavens.
But if you break through, if you reach enlightenment?
You escape?
Yeah?
Well, when you come to a near-death experience, you feel this magnetic pull through this light. The same way moths are attracted to flames. If you follow the light, your memories will be wiped and you'll be forced to reincarnate with a blank slate.
But if you reach enlightenment, then?
Then, well, I don't know, I haven't gotten
Oh my
God. Okay, the cube says 6, I don't know what that means. Is that how much time we have left?
Well, if we're here, then we have to be close to escaping.
Well, you aren't actually here.
Our bodies aren't.
Our
anyways.
bodies are wherever we were before we got stuck here. If you did DMT to get here, you're not actually dead. Your body is still there because your brain is just distorting the time. Our body is still...
We could be doing the same thing too. Our bodies can be where we left them, but our minds are allowing them to exist here.
Well, you're on acid.
Yes, but I've been stuck in a trip before, and it hasn't been like this.
Acid could still allow a way for you to have gotten here somehow, but you.
Just got here on your own?
Well,
Well,
I wasn't not doing anything.
What does wasn't not doing anything mean?
with her conservative getup, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Coke.
You did cocaine.
I've done it a few times, but I've never had a weird mind trip like this.
Did you get it from the same
A friend
person?
of mine let me use the last of his. I was working late, needed a push.
And you're sure it was cocaine?
Yeah, he called it Super C.
I'm like a whole 10 years younger than you. And even I know that Super C isn't Coke.
What?
Super C is another name for ketamine.
Also known as a roofie.
Whoa, ketamine? I snorted ketamine?
You look surprised!
It all looks the same! How am I supposed to tell the difference?
I used to do coke a lot when I worked at desk job.
Oh,
Just
it's not
like
a
Oh,
difference.
it's
I'm a
fine.
psychologist.
Those are a lot of words for you to take.
I hate what I do, it's just not what I always wanted to do.
What did you want to do?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I'm in school for applied physics, but I don't think it's what I want to do.
Applied physics?
Where?
Michigan State.
And you're from Michigan?
No, I'm from Mapleton, Brooklyn. Actually, lived there my whole life.
You wanted to get away from home, but not too far.
And what do your parents do? For?
Yeah.
My mom's a lawyer. She's been one since I was born. My dad, well, he left when I was too little to remember, so I don't know what he does really. Growing up, she worked as many hours as she could, taking on multiple cases at a time, and I know it was for me, but I still wish she was around more.
And you still left her?
I guess I figured that since she wasn't always around, it would hurt her so much when I left, but
It did.
I know she misses
I'm
me.
sure you miss her a lot.
I do miss her.
It's why you transferred your 3rd year to Columbia, to be closer to home, closer to her.
You transferred to Columbia? Really? 3?
How did you even know I was thinking about transferring?
Because I went to Michigan State, and I transferred to Columbia my 3rd year to be closer to home.
You went to
I went to
MSU.
MSU too.
So we all went to the same college.
We went to Michigan State for the same degree.
So what? We all live the same life?
Well, sorta. My mother was also a lawyer and my father was a financial advisor. Before I was born, they'd argue all the time about who was going to raise me and how they were going to afford a kid. My mother told me after I was born, it all fell into place. It was like after me, those problems didn't exist.
You got to have a
I
thought.
still transferred my 3rd year because I missed them too much.
I transferred my 3rd year to Columbia, but I never finished law school.
And you have both your parents?
Had.
I'm sorry.
It says 2 now. I think it's counting down in minutes. We need to hurry.
Look
Okay.
what we're doing.
Somehow, we together and individually created a glitch in the system with the DMT,
The acid.
the ketamine.
Simultaneously.
We opened up the doors to another dimension. By simulating death to the living self, we somehow connected with our
In
spiritual self.
connecting with our spiritual self, we somehow activated the dream self.
But if we're in touch with our living self, our dead self, and our spiritual self, then how are we all connected?
It's not about where we are, it's about what we're doing, what the self is
The
doing.
drugs pulled us here, but we aren't us.
We're here because we're one. We have an infinite amount of dimension in ourselves, our bodies. The choices we make, the decisions that change our past. There's a different world for each one of them. The self exists in all of us, even if the living self exists in a different time and a different place.
That's why time is linear. You will always keep moving forward.
Oh.
Because every decision you make will only keep yourself progressing.
And you can't keep going straight because there is no direction. It's going to go wherever when the self exists everywhere.
We exist in different worlds all at once, and just slightly different based on the things that happen around us.
No.
Yes.
No, it's us. It's us. I get it now. It's always been us.
Don't you feel it? It's not about where we are, it's about what we're doing. We're the self in different bodies, but we're all the same.
We're all the same person.
When we have reached the end,
We will arrive where we started.
And we will know the place for the first time.
I think we just escaped the cycle.
We